Hey there, it's Patmos and nice of you to join me for a brand new video with a new series with Foundation, because it has been over half a year we did a stream or video on this game. And of course I was on Zondagskind stream to have some fun with Foundation, and then I thought I have to get back into this game and show to you all the updates that have been out, but just build a nice town as well. So let's load up a new game. We're going to create a map with the map generator, which should be interesting. I don't know, fluvial with rivers, or should we go with valley? That could be nice. Hills, mountains, or just coastal. I think fluvial can be nice. Then we have rivers and stuff. We have bridges to build, or we can just create a map. Let's do that. Ocean. Well, then apparently it's going to be coastal. Let's do a fluvial map. Do we want something of a lake in there? I don't know. Oh, we'll get a lot of lakes if we do this. Could be interesting to have quite a decent sized river in there. Yeah, something like this. Do we want an island in the river? That can be fun. Then we have to cross those islands, or we can maybe build a fort on them or something. I don't want too many hills because I don't like that. Controls the overall surface taken by promontories. Okay, nice. Oh, we're doing cliffs now. Alright, well, I don't know, we'll leave it at this. Do we want slopes? A little bit. We also want some hills to build on because that just looks nice. Alright, I think this could be an interesting map. I have no idea. We're just going to start, so let's confirm. No mods found. That's true. I don't play with mods. We're just going to get going. Now, if you're new to this game, or if you haven't played it in a while, if you start over, you get a new beginning. After a long journey throughout the realm, your people finally reach new lands. Your lands, territories you were asked to settle for reasons of your own. Your villages await your command. They are eager to advise your first steps if you require so. So you can just let them advise you, which basically means they will guide you a bit. They will tell you what to build, and you get nice rewards for it, or advice. Who needs advice? We can just continue on our own. Now, I like to do the advices because they give you nice gold bonuses and stuff like that, and I want that. So let's follow their advice. And let's see, your first territory. The first piece of advice comes from the eldest of your villagers. He suggests you consider basic needs when settling down. Berries for your people, stone and wood for your construction efforts. The rest will find its way. Alright, well, let's put this into practice. So we have to find a zone with wood, basically trees, with berries and with stone. So basically we already have one here, but hey, who's going to settle on the first land that he sees? So we're gonna skip around a bit. There's the same here. If we can find a nice place to settle. Now remember, later on in game, we will be needing these things, because here will be natural resources like marble, gold, iron and stuff. And if we want to build tools and stuff, we need to get to those mountains at some point. So luckily they are on both sides. That's already a good thing. So maybe if we start here where we started out in the beginning, we will get close to this and we can make use of it. Although the river here isn't that big, so there might not be a lot of fish. Fish can be somewhere here. Yeah, here's some fish. Let's see. This is close to those mountains though. There's buildable area. We can continue all this way around. So we have a lot of space. So I actually think this might be a nice place. If we start out here, we can build our village on this side. Do some industries this way. And then see how far we can get. So I'll just buy this zone. There we go. We've heeded the first advice, and now we get new advice. Placing your village center. Alright, let's place our village center. That's basically where, like really the village center. So consider building this in a place where you can build houses around it. So I'm going to build it right here. Now we can place some houses around it. That will be a good thing. Another advice. The second piece of advice comes from a young, enterprising villager. Rather than simply letting everybody fend for themselves, she suggests you organize laborers in workplaces. Oh, that's smart. Builders in their work camps, woodcutters in their lumber camp, berry gatherers in their hut, and so on. Alright, we'll do that. So first of all, we're going to need a builder's workshop. That will be the building from where all builders will be dispatched. and basically go on their jobs. Now, if you hit the control key and you move your mouse, you can rotate the building so you can make it suit the way you want. Now, it's very tempting to build it near the village square, but that means if we're going to construct a building right here, that they have to walk all that way, which goes off their work time. So I think we're going to build the builder's office somewhere here so that both ways, whether they have to build a house or a industry, they don't have to walk that far. So I'm going to build the builder's office right there. Luckily, this one gets built straight off. I'll put 3 builders in so that all the other constructions go quite fast. I like that. And now, sorry, the next thing is to build a lumber camp. Now, for lumber goes the same. There's 2 things to keep into consideration. One is that brown area around the lumber camp. That is the area that is negatively impacted by all the noise and stuff that comes from the lumber camp. If we build this very close to town, people will get pissed and the houses won't be that much desirable, so only low-tier people will live there. So it can be very good to not build this straight at where you have your town, but a bit away from it. But of course, close to the trees, because they'll be the ones chopping down the trees. I'm going to place this camp right here, because I think this is a nice spot. It's close to a lot of trees. They're going to build it. You can see them walking there. And there's close to these trees. Once we get these territories, they can also cut these. And it's away from our town. Village aspirations. We'll do that later. All right, now we have to tell these woodcutters, once they are done, that they can actually cut some wood. Now, we have no blue zones, so there's nothing to be extracted. And again, if you hit the control button and you keep it pressed and you move your mouse wheel, you can adjust the size of the zone. So now I told them that they can do berries and they can get stone. We don't have the respected buildings for that though. And now I'm going to tell them that they can chop some wood here. And I'm just going to get all the trees involved. So let's make this as big as possible so that all these trees are involved. And they can cut all these trees. Now they will cut the closest ones first. So I'm not going to tell them to do this because I want them to work this way so that this is all cleared for where we want our town. So we can clearly see what we're doing. All right, we have the lumber camp. Let's add 2 lumberjacks in there so that we can finally get wood production going. I think that'll be good. And from there on, we'll have to continue. Now you can see that some of the quests I immediately do because I already assigned the gathering area and stuff like that. So now we have to gather food. We have to start producing berries. So let's do that. Let's build a berry hut. Oh, now the mouse is a bit weird. Interesting. Well, we're going to build a gathering hut right here. There it is. Let's build it. And what's that? The forester. Yeah, we don't need a forester. We have plenty of wood right now. So I'm actually just straight off going to build an extra gathering hut. We're just going to use 1 in the beginning because we only have 10 people. We have 3 in the building hut already. 2 in here. So half of our people already have a job. We don't have the people to occupy both of these. But in the end, you can have 2 gathering huts with 1 berry bush. And they can maintain that. So every now and then the berry bush will run out of berries. And then a few seconds later it will be replenished. If you have 3 huts working on a berry bush, it will remain out of commission for quite a while. Because they clear it out so quickly that the berries can't regrow. So with 2 berry bushes you're good. You can do 3, but I don't really think there's a benefit to it. So I like to keep it with 2. Alright, now we have to wait on our builders. It will also take some resting time in the village square and stuff like that. And now they just have to get the resources. See, Menleva is now bringing 10 wood to this. And then they can start to build. As you noticed, roads are formed automatically just where they walk. Right now we can't do anything about it. Later on we can build some decorations like fences and stuff so we can steer it a bit and tell them where to walk, where to not walk. There's also forbidden land, so then nobody will walk there. So if you don't want them to walk a certain path, you can turn that into forbidden land for a while. So the actual road goes away and they'll find another route. So you can steer your villagers a bit with that. But what I like about this game is that a lot of stuff just happens naturally. And I like that. All right, let's get 2 people in the gathering hut for now. They should be gathering the berries. And that should bring us to the next phase. Namely, getting the granary. But right now we can't yet because they have to gather some berries first. We can see these are the 2 berry gatherers. They just have to go there and actually start to work. And when they do, we'll produce berries and we'll get the next quest. Let's speed up a little bit for now. That can be good. We can already see some more clearing here because trees get chopped down, which is great. So that works. And, well, we have no workers assigned in one building, which is this one. So there's all these extra information up here. Needs and happiness. Now that you have organized your laborers, you can see to their needs and happiness. Make sure that they have access to fresh water and housing. As for food, you will first need people to store and distribute the berries they collected. From there, your villagers will have everything to welcome its first wave of immigrants. All right, so we have to build a granary. We have to start building houses soon too. But first we build a granary, which is basically just a storage building. So I think we're going to build it right here, close to the trees and to the road, so that they can walk there fast. And we can already see that this needs stone. So what we have to do is also get a stone cutter camp. And that's one of the things I like with this game. The tutorial gets a little bit more hard once you play the game. So it did not specify to us that we had to build the stone cutter camp, but we have to think about that ourselves because all of a sudden we see that we need stone for this building. So I guess we have to do something with stone. And then you'll find out that you have to build the stone cutter camp. Now Herat is already bringing the tools. Hopefully, yep, there's already some wood in there, so they should be able to build that quickly. And from there on, we can proceed. See, there's everything. Oh, they even brought too much wood. That's interesting. And from here on, they will proceed to build this. Then we can assign workers there. Although I don't think we have that many. Yeah, we have 3 workers without a job. So that can be 2 in here, 1 in the granary. And then they can do all of that. And right now we can't build anything else. We can't yet set a zone where people can build houses. So we have to wait with all of that. But we'll get to that point. Right now we're just waiting for a builder, which is interesting. We have 3, but apparently none of them is free to work. They're all in their resting period. But soon enough, one should come in and start to work again, which is great. Looking forward to it. Although they're still waiting. Yeah, there's Huffin. Huffin is gonna work there. Let's go. Let's see what Huffin does. Alright, Huffin finished the stone cutter. So let's put in 2 stone miners. They will now come in and mine the stone as long as it's set as an extraction zone. We did that, so that works. And there they go. We can see this is really clearing out the area. So it works with the wood choppers. They're making space for us. I like that. And once these guys start collecting stone, oh, my mouse wheel sometimes goes a bit wonky. Here we can see them. They're actually cutting the stone here. Luckily, these are infinite stone deposits, so no worries there. Come on, zoom out a bit. Yeah. Guess I need to clean my mouse wheel or something. So these will now bring in stone 1 at a time. So it takes a bit of time before you actually get a piece of stone. But then they can be brought to the build site. And we can actually start to build the granary, which will help us forward in our quest to build a nice town. So far, all we have been doing is setting up basics. We have wood production going. We have stone production going. Basic resources. We make some food, which we need soon enough. Another thing we're going to need is water, of course, so we have to build a water well. And from there on, we can actually work on a town and get some houses going. Now, that's something that I really like, that the game really helps you to get going. And of course, on the other hand, in the beginning, the game is pretty railroaded. You have to do what it tells you to do, because otherwise you can't already build houses or anything. And if you do things in the wrong order, you might run out of stuff and then you can't continue. So if you do the free build, you don't follow the advices, you just go along as you want, and you don't build a woodcutter and stuff, you might just run out of tools and stuff, and then you can't build it anymore. So you have to be careful with that. But yeah, especially in the beginning, this game is pretty railroaded. Of course, you decide where you place your buildings and how your town is going to look. But the further you progress into the game, the more freedoms you get. So it's not like we have to get berries now and then they decide what other source of food we have to get for our villagers. At some point, if we get higher tier villagers, they will require a second source of food. But it's up to us whether that is either fish or hunting stuff or whether we build a farm. Those are freedoms that we have. So yes, this game is somewhat railroading, but not completely, so that's good. Alright, somebody is bringing the extra stone. I think here our friend's going to pick it up. Yes, there he goes. Then we can build our granary. Put our last person to work, which is great. I guess after that, if we get extra job openings, we have to get some builders out, because we don't need 3 builders for this small town right now. But for now it's good, means things are built pretty fast. As soon as this builder resigns and goes, or not really resigns, but is done with his daily job, another builder can jump in and continue to build, so that speeds things up a bit. But Huffin is really at it. He really likes to build the building, so that's cool. He's going full gas with it. Here it comes. We see all the building steps, and it's done. All we have to do now is set it up. So let's get a worker in here, and let's tell him to store berries. And I do 2 slots. There can be 100 in a slot, and now we can really have a lot of berries in there. And I greatly like that. All right, defining residence. Well, we're going to define residential zones right now. So that is where our people can actually go and live. I'll pause for a second because they might just jump in and start to build a house straight away. And I want to have the freedom to make like little adjustments so that they don't build too close to the city center or things like that. Also, when we start to build fisheries here, they also create little undesirable area, and I don't want them to live in that area. So this will for now be the area where they can actually go in. Did we get a free... Ooh, we get a free territory. Nice. I think I'm going to get this territory because this will open up a lot of options. But there's no food and stuff in there. That is a down. We go up here. We have extra food and stone. That could also be nice. Let's go to this area first. We have the free area now. There we go. We can see that they are starting to build the first houses. And I'm going to expand the residential area here a bit so that they can even have more space for that. And we now have to build a well, a market tender, and berries. Okay. Show the zoning area's visibility layer, but that's an optional mission. So there are different layers that we can use, like the zoning area. If you click this, you can see all your zones at one go, which is a good thing. Then you can see where your hunting zones are, where you have the forbidden lands and stuff. So that can help sometimes, knowing where you are going and what you are planning. One other thing they added is right now we go into build mode. We're going to build a well on the city square. And then you see all the buildings that they are already building. So you know where the buildings will be erected. That wasn't in there before the last update. And this is really helpful because now we can really see where they are going to build. All right, let's build a well here. And I always like to build my first market around the first market square. So let's continue with that. We'll have to build a food stall where we can sell some berries soon enough. So let's build it. There they go. Right now it's good that we have 3 builders, so we'll let them just do that. Later on, we'll get the builders out and put somebody in the marketplace, for instance, because we need that too. They also need to build their houses, which takes some time. We should now slowly start to see happiness going up once houses are done, because that will make people happy. If you click a house, you can see all the requirements. So for a simple house, we just need a residential area. If you want to upgrade the house to a medium quality house, it needs to be in a desirable neighborhood, which is fine by now. It needs beautification, and it needs a commoner to actually live there. Then it will upgrade. So those are nice add-ons they've created. So now we can really see what we have to do to get this house upgraded. Now this is a low quality housing. They will not be paying that much for it. Only serfs will want to live in it. If you promote people to be like commoners, they don't want to live in such a house anymore. They want a better house. So that can be interesting. All right, here comes the well. It has all the resources, same as the market. So our builders have plenty of jobs to do. We'll just have to wait and see them do it. All right, we can't really see if we get a nice bonus for this, but that would be interesting. And of course, they still have to build a couple of houses. Did they already get there? No. The builders are also the ones carrying the resources to the houses if they need to be built. So here we see one carrying resources, probably the 3rd builder. And then one is going to construct a well, which is done. Now somebody is starting to work on the marketplace. With the well, people can get water. And we can see that happiness is impacted minus 20% right now because of no water. people that still need a drink. So if we click a villager, we can see that this one really needs some water. It's not filled, but it might just get it now. Yep, and we can see now that the impact of water missing is lowering and lowering, so people get more happy. That's great. Now we have to get it up big time in order to make sure that we can get immigrants, but we're well on our way. Now let's go to the builder's office. Let's check our builders. You can see they're all level 2 now, but I'm still going to get Herat out of there. And once she is finished, we're going to put him in this job. And he will be selling the berries. And we can see that food has a 50% impact on happiness. So that has a big impact. All right, assign a job to all villagers. We've done that. And now happiness has to be up to 75. Used to be 100, but now it's 75 for new immigrants to come in. The good thing is we immediately have jobs for them because we have a lot of jobs openings. And that's also where the book comes in handy. So if we go to our buildings, for instance, and we sort it out, we can see we have 3 jobs here for the forager, we have 3 jobs for the transporter, we have 3 jobs for a miner. That's already 9 jobs. 1 extra job for the forager, that's 10, 11. So we have 12 jobs available right now. So if people come in, we can actually provide them with a job, and that will keep them happy. If they don't have a job, they will be less happy. So I'm pretty excited with the start of this little village. We're doing quite well. Here comes the next houses. Quite a few houses, but there's only 2 living in each house right now. So yeah, they do need already 5 houses to just get everybody a nice house. Sometimes people don't want to share a house, so they'll build 1 extra. We already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. 6, 7 houses will be built. So interesting. It's really starting to look like a village. We can see happiness is going up and up and up, because more and more people have access to food now. There's actually still 4 berries. I think he is now gathering berries. Yes, so there's another 9 in there now. So more and more people can buy food. Now, it takes a little while for this number to run up. Why is that? Well, if, for instance, the woodcutters are busy now, they're cutting wood, they don't have time to get food yet. So they will be working. Once they're off work, they can go to the village square, buy some food, get a drink of water. So it takes a bit of time for this number to run up, because simply not all villagers will run straight toward your market and buy food. They will have to wait until they're off their job, like this one is now, and then they will get some food. Then we will see happiness run up. So we can see that the gatherers are now finally off their job. They are now getting their food needs fulfilled, and we are up to 70%. So we're almost there with the immigration mission. I like that. 1 more house to be built. I guess then all villagers will have a house. So that will go up too. Could well be that the food... Yeah, we're only up to 75% because of housing or food. We don't have 2 sources of food for these people. So we'll have to wait for the house to be done. I think that happiness will go up then to 75%, and that's exactly what we need for immigration. So that'll be good. Hopefully we get a good bunch of immigrants in so that we can start to fulfill all the jobs. We can see wood-wise we're okay, stone-wise we're okay, but if we're going to do a lot of production, having a few extra hands in those buildings might go a long way. Same with berries, although yeah, we make a good amount of berries, so I'm not too concerned about that. Alright, encourage immigration is ready. That's good. Now we have one for trade. A business-minded villager suggests you establish a trade route with your closest neighbor, Northbury. This will let you sell products for profits and buy the ones you can't produce. You should start with planks, since Northbury needs those. Alright, let's put this into practice. So we have to get a sawmill, apparently, to start producing planks. And then we also need a warehouse. We don't have that yet, I think. Yeah, well, no, we don't have the warehouse, but we'll get that afterwards. Build a warehouse. Oh, we have to unlock that. That's the thing. All right, so question now is, where do we want that? Because it is industry. The sawmill will generate more unhappy area, as you can see. So I don't want it too close to where our village is going to be. Now, our village is going to be in this area. There's a lot of wood here, so if we place it somewhere here, I think that would be good. And then we can also place the warehouse somewhere close. So let's build the sawmill right here. Then we have to get to our book, to the unlockables, which is in the progression tab. And here we can unlock the warehouse. Cost us a bit of gold, but hey, who cares? We can also already unlock fishing and hunting. And maybe even the wooden bridge. And some decorations. We're just unlocking everything. Yes, it costs us gold, but hey, we're fine with the gold. It'll be fine. I think we should now build a warehouse here. So that we can store some wood in there, some other stuff. I'm not going to store stone in here because I want to move the stone industry later on maybe. Or build a separate warehouse for that. But for now we're going to build a warehouse right here. And store wooden stuff in there. Alright. We have 2 new villagers. We can either accept them. You can also dismiss them. Then they won't join. So sometimes you just don't want extra people in because you already have trouble feeding the ones you have. You have to fix that first. Then just don't accept them. Right now I want an extra builder. And I want an extra stone cutter. Because, well, we do need good bits of stone right now to produce like the sawmill and the warehouse. So let's go on with that. Now for the warehouse we also need planks. So we need somebody in the carpenter business. I'm just going to hold off until a new villager arrives. And I do that because once a new villager arrives and he goes in here, we can already accumulate a couple more of these wood. And right now we don't have that much, so having a bit extra might be very helpful. Alright, we can see that the new slots are opening up, so we've unlocked this and now it already shows in here. There's fish available now, planks. We don't have any yet, but we'll get to those at some point. But yeah, right now we just need a lot of stuff to get ready. We need more villagers incoming. Now that is of course slowing your progress a bit, because right now we can't really progress that far because we need the extra villagers. But it also gives you the time to think about where you want to go next. What do you want to do? Yeah, we don't have another free territory to redeem, so we're not going to get a new territory yet. We'll do that later. And you really need to plan things out, because if you don't plan where your farms go later on, I think mines will go somewhere up here, then you might run into trouble. I think we're going to expand the town this way. Maybe build a fortress on this island or do some other good, nice things on these islands. Maybe even get some industries there. Here we'll definitely get industries. Hopefully we find some iron here so we can produce our own tools at some point. So this will be good. But for now we just have to wait for new villagers. Now the immigration is high because our happiness is average. But there's a food issue. We need more food. So what I want to do is build a fishing hut. You have to rotate it because you have to point the right side out. I'm going to build 2 fishing huts. There's 2 fishing areas here anyway. So we'll build one right here and we'll build one next to it. Why? Well, we can get happiness up to 100% and that will help get the immigration up to the maximum status. And that is such a powerful thing because that might mean that instead of 2, we get 4 or sometimes even 5 immigrants. And imagine the difference that makes if you have to wait, like we have to wait a while before new immigrants come in. Alright, there's 2, but now it takes another 5 days before they start entering the map. Let's imagine what a difference this makes if you get 2 immigrants a week or 5 for like 4 weeks in a row. You can get like 20 immigrants or 8, and that's a big difference. So I'd like to get happiness as high as possible so that we get the most immigrants in the beginning. You can always just tell immigrants to stop coming in. You can do that. Just click this and there will be no more immigrants. So that can be a helpful tool if you really want that. Right now I don't, because I want them to come in. But you have full control over most things. You just have to find where those options are. Well, it's right here. You can also tell them that they can't densify, which means that right now this house was for 2 people. Now it's getting bigger and now it's for 6 people. That's called densification. You can turn that off so all these small houses can't upgrade to a higher density. And then you have to click it yourself manually. You can tell this house can upgrade, that house can upgrade, but this one can't. So you do have a lot of options there. Ah, we got our fishing hut up. That's great. This one is being built too. So another thing we have to do is get another food stall. Because we also have to sell the fish, apparently. No, not apparently. Of course, we have to also sell the fish. So let's build another marketplace here. So that as soon as we get some fish, we can really start to sell it too. And that will help us to get the happiness up. Housing is an issue. Not everybody has a house because, yeah, they're still building this house. So that might take a bit of time. Well, we'll see about it. The warehouse should slowly come together now. Yep, the first 2 planks are in there. Because I have 2 guys in here now that should be producing planks, but we're totally out of wood. See, that's why I was waiting and not putting somebody in here straight away. Because we've used a lot of wood for these constructions. That right now we don't have any wood available for them. Now the good thing is, especially if we can get 1 guy into the fishery and 1 into the marketplace soon enough, that we can get the fish going, and from there on we can hopefully expect more immigrants. Now we can already go follow this path and see if new immigrants are incoming. They should be incoming in a day. We can see that it's quite a walk because they get from somewhere out here. Yep, there they are. Ah, there's 3 of them, or maybe even 4. Yeah, there's 4 of them. Great. Now that's a good bunch of immigrants. I like that. That will help us fill all the jobs that we have to fill. So we can get 1 extra woodcutter, we can get 1 in the fishery, and we can even get 1 into the marketplace if we want to. So that's helpful. We could also go for another woodcutter and place it somewhere on this side. I'm going to do that actually. Let's build it right here. Let's tell this to be an extraction zone too. So that we can just get in the extra wood, because we need to fill the planks machine all the time. And we just need normal wood for construction. Let's go with that. And I think I'm actually also going to prioritize this. I want this done first, so that we can get the extra wood that we need. Because now we're waiting for constructions to be finished because of the wood. And that's not a good thing. So let's await that. As we can see, yeah, resources are still missing, but they're slowly working on it. So there's already 6 planks in. There come our 4 immigrants, and that will help us out. Now you can always just click a building once you have workers available and hit the plus, then you will add a worker to it. But I'm going to show you how you can use the book for that. I already showed it a bit, but here we go. Let's get some free workers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. All right, then you go to your book, you go here, and now we can see we want people in this woodcutter. We want 1 fisherman and 1 in the market, but the market is not done yet. Then we want another woodcutter. So we'll just leave 1 opening. There's 1 unemployed because that one has to go in this marketplace as soon as it's done. But now we have 2 extra woodcutters, and we had only, or we had 2, and now we have 4 of them. So basically, the wood cutting should really speed up. Now, I'm also going to tell them now to chop these trees too, because they might be a bit closer and speed up production. If we don't do that, it will just take a long time before we get actual wood in. All right, these got 2 wood in, so they can produce 2 extra planks. It will also help to have the warehouse up, because in periods that we're not using that much wood, they can store it in here if we give it a slot, and then we can really build up a stockpile of wood. There can only be 50 in a lumber camp, and we can just turn 1 slot in this warehouse to it, and then they can put in 100 and 50 in both the lumber camps. That means that we can already store 200 then. So in times that we're not using that much wood, that will be very good. We can also immediately see already that now we have 8 wood present. We have 16 fish present already, so I'm going to tell them to do the marketplace first. The housing can be done a bit later, so that we really get the fish selling and get happiness up more. Because housing has a smaller impact than the food right now, so we want the houses to be completed at a later time, although this one can already be completed, so that's good. And I want the market to be completed first, so that we can really get going with the happiness and get more immigrants in. Are they already on the way? Don't see them yet. Should they be incoming? Yep, there they come. There's another bunch coming. I like it. Bit of walking to do, but that's fine. He is really fishing. 16 fish for sale. Ah, that should be good enough. Resources missing. 2 more wood. Well, we'll get there. This house is now done. This house has no wood brought to it. This one also. But hey, we're good. So far our village is doing great. We have stone to spare, which is also a nice thing to have. Just 3 more planks and the warehouse comes up. We have all the goods in the market now. exactly what I wanted. So we just... Oh, we saved the worker for this. Maybe we should have put that worker into the woodcutter and just took this new batch of people to do this. But, oh well, we're good for now. Let's put the worker in here. Let's start selling some fish. Get people even more happy. Alright, everybody has a house now, so that's good. That's no longer impacting happiness. And all we need now is to start selling fish. And accept those new immigrants. Where are you guys? Come on. Get walking. There they come. Alright, the first wood is being brought here. There's 2 more incoming. Then they just need 2 more. Warehouse. Almost getting ready. There's no planks in there right now, but hopefully soon they can. Alright, 2 people want an audience. That's great. Where are we going to put them to work? Well, we still really need extra wood, so I'm going to put one in there. But I think I'm going to save another one for this nice... Yeah, last 3 planks for this warehouse, so that it can store the goods too. That will be great. Alright, plenty of berries, good amounts of fish. We can see that happiness is now going up further and further, up to 84% already, simply because we are now fulfilling the food needs of some people. So this one has only 1 source of food, but it might just go here. I'm on my free time. Yep, there it goes, and now it's completely filled. Happiness is 100%. I like it. Here comes this warehouse. Now we'll have to put in the right products. And it's done. Let's get a worker in. Alright, I'm going to put in some wood. I'm going to put in a lot of planks because we want to start storing those and also selling those. I'm also going to put in our tools. And then, of course, the question arises, why would you put in your tools? Well, we can't produce our own tools, and we're going to need a lot of tools. So we have to buy them from a trader. And you can only buy things from a trader if they have an assigned slot in a warehouse. That's why I'm doing that already. Now we have to start planning a trade route. But the problem is, to unlock our first trade route, we have to get 20 planks. So we'll have to be a bit patient. But then we can unlock our first trade route. We can see what we can buy from them. And we can buy tools from them. So that's good. We can sell them some berries, some planks. So we have some goods that we can sell them. And that will be very good. But that's why I put the tool slot in there. So that we can later on, and I know we're going to need that, buy some tools. Happiness up to 94, 95. So hopefully that will encourage even more immigrants to come in so that we can start to really fulfill even more jobs. This would be so nice. And at the same time, we're now really pumping out planks because we're not using wood for any constructions. So all these do now is produce good amounts of wood. That will go into the storage. They can pick it up and bring it to the woodcutter or the sawmill. They can now make a lot of planks, and that will really speed up things. 9 planks already. So we're going to get up to that 20, no problem. And the good thing is, oh yeah, this is a nice bunch of immigrants. The good thing is we can pretty easily now start fulfilling all the job openings that we still have with the new immigrants. So we don't have to keep expanding and building new jobs. We have a complete forager that's not working yet. Let's get workers in there, start stocking up on berries so we can sell those later. That would be very good. Well, those immigrants will take a long walk, so that might take some time. Up to 11 planks already, 14 wood. So we produce more wood than the sawmill can actually use, so that's good. That means that we should be starting to stock more and more, and we can do some fast construction later on. There's 1, 2, 3 at least, maybe even 4. Sometimes they're completely over each other, and then you don't see that there's actually 4. But yeah, this is 2. You can see it right now. So there's 4 immigrants incoming. How lovely is that? Here they come. 1, 2, 3, 4. Time to put you to work. I want another fisherman. I want another woodcutter. I want another forager. And another forager. Let's get foraging too. Let's start stocking up on that. That's good. This all looks nice. And maybe at some point we need a separate granary for the fish so that we can just store tons and tons of fish. But for now we'll do it 1 granary. happiness up to 96. It's just housing that's an issue now, nothing else. So once this house is done and it's completely occupied, all things should be fixed, basically. Right, we can see they're chopping trees here too. They're still busy here, so that will suit itself for a while. See, money-wise, we're still good. We're not really making money, but it also not costing us too much money, so that's good. And we have the 20 planks. Let's unlock the trade. Oh, they're not all in storage. They have to be in storage to actually unlock this, so we'll have to wait. There it goes. I think now we can unlock it. Yep, there we go. So let's unlock this trade route. That's good. Now, as you can see right here, this is a level 1 trade route. I'll pause for a second. So what can happen is they can buy up to 20 resources, or they can now do 25. So they will bring in 25 of every resource that we can buy from them, and they will also buy 25 of a resource maximum that we can sell them. You can upgrade your trade route, and then the numbers will get bigger, so you can trade more stuff at one go. We'll have to do quite a bit of buying and selling, but if we do that, we can upgrade that trade route at some point, which in the end you usually get a quest for it, so you have to do a special thing once all the needs are fulfilled, and then you can upgrade your trade route and get more stuff going. But for now, we're just happy with what we have, but we have to set it up. For that, you go to the resources tab. Now, in the before, this was all open, so you could set up basically everything. But right now, we can see what they're actually selling, and we can see what they're buying by these tabs. So that is very helpful. Now, what we want to do is we want to start selling them some berries, but I also want to keep quite a few. So I'm going to set this to 150. That's the minimum amount that will stay in our storages, and all we have above will be sold. I'm going to do the same with planks, but I'm going to put that at 100. So I really want to start storing some of our planks. But if we do get to that amount, they can sell them. And what we want to buy are tools. Now, tools are expensive. You have to pay 7 per tool. So I'm going to set the number up to 25. We have 19 now, so the next visit they will try to buy 6 tools. And they will keep it up to 25. So every time we spend tools on a structure, on a construction, they will set it up. They will buy new tools up until we reach 25. Can be very costly, but we'll deal with it. And for now, this trade route is set up as I want it to. So there we go. Allow the sale of planks from the trade resource tab. I thought we did that. Oh, we have. I did not click that button, I guess. Yeah, so let's allow the sale of planks. There we go. Advice. Come to you, a light-hearted woman, announcing she and her folks would like to thank you for your hard work. It's true that you've made great strides already. To administrate the village, she suggests you build a manor house and a great hall. This will let you enact mandates. Alright, we're going to do that. Already most things are fulfilled. We just need to build the manor house now. The manor house is basically where you live. Now, the interesting thing is you can build multiple of those all around your village. They all have different things. So we can build a great hall, but later on we can also put a tax office in there and a treasury and stuff like that. So we will be building more of this. The nice thing about this building is that it has a zone around it, which will increase the desirability. So building it somewhat close to where your villagers are can be quite good. So add a sub-building. We're going to build a great hall. I'm going to build it pretty close to where the village is. I'm going to pause for a bit, by the way. And then we're just going to put it down here. Now, don't let the little red square fool you. That doesn't mean that you can't build it there. It simply means that right now nobody can get in the building, so we still have to build a door. Another thing to notice is if we place this, we can see that we will need 4 maintenance costs every month. So this will cost us money to actually build this building. The bigger we make it, the more money it's going to cost. Right now we are already losing a little bit of money, so make sure you don't start out too big with these buildings. You can always expand them later on. Keep it simple. Just make sure, as you can see now, because we have the door, it turned green. Keep these buildings simple. Make sure that they are just placed where you want them to be. And don't go too big too quickly. Now we have a room. We have an interactive location. So we have to tell messengers that come in where they have to stand. Well, they have to stand in front of our door. And now we can build this. But it's really, people struggle in the beginning with money. We can't get taxes yet. We can't get a lot of trade money and stuff. And we will slowly start to run out. So make sure you don't overdo these buildings. Same goes for things like the church and other buildings, because you will run into all sorts of trouble. Now, to ensure that we have plenty of space around this building later on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them that they can't build... Oh, these houses will be destroyed soon. That's not really what I want. So we'll do it like this. Now they can't build in this area anymore. So we keep space to where we can just expand our manor house. Now, of course, we need enough space for housing. So I'm going to enhance this zone a little bit and do it a bit like this. If you remove zoning by a house, you can already see that it might run the chance of being destroyed. We'll do a little bit of housing here too, because I like it. A house is about to be destroyed. Which house? Which house? It doesn't say which house. Right now. Doesn't say. Alright, we'll do it like this. And I think all houses should stay then. And otherwise we'll just build a new one. That's also fine. Which house? This house? No. This is all good. These houses are all good. I don't think that message is accurate right now. So now if we want to increase the size, we want to build something next to it, we just have to buy this zone then, but we can make this quite a bit bigger. 2 more immigrants. Nice. Let's give them a job. I want an extra forager and an extra forager. All right. 99% happiness. I guess it's just the 2 that are new that still want a house. All the others have their house. So happiness is very, very high. Alright, we're going to build the manor house. But I'm also at this for like over 45 minutes. That's fine for a first episode. But we have to save some work for the next, of course, because this will hopefully be a very nice long series. So I hope I showed you the beginning of the game and some of the basics, and the next episode we will continue but developing our village. And of course I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have not done so, feel free to subscribe to my channel. It's totally free. You'll get notifications when I upload a new video, and we can have so much fun together in the live streams. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.